Hey, everybody. Oh, look, it's
Hello.
Aiden is here. Aiden just popped in just as we went live. It's my Texas buddy. Hola, Daka. Mark Dacino,
Aiden.
JBP, Trevor, Sam.
JPP.
People are starting to come in. Good to see everybody. Um, so throughout, the Doubloon Hunter, Viento, Leanne Crawford, Angie and Rick. Everybody's coming in. They're like, oh my God, Jersey Ray is live. Everybody's saying hi, Marquita. Who else?
Angie. Hello. Talka. Metal Detectorist. The
Soybean
Doubloon
top.
Hunter. Hello. Richie.
Well,
Hello.
yep, and Richie's in the chat, but Richie is also our special guest tonight. I'm sure everybody saw that thumbnail, so it's available to everybody. Jim Seal, hey, Brian Olier. As long as you get
Brian.
Amazon, if you're in another country, so that goes for Taka. If you have Amazon or you know a version of Amazon through Amazon, I can get you the book. Okay, so I think we left off. We'll just catch up real quick. A couple weeks ago, when I was talking about waiting on the surgical approval for the spinal fusion, and the whole delay was just a bunch of stupid stuff and workers' comp side that nobody wants to pay for, $250,000 surgery, and getting there, sent off to their DMA and then second opinion doctor, and then somebody was cute and reported my YouTube channel, so we had to deal with all that, and just everything that's to delay stuff to the point where I can't walk, but it's getting done. So far the date's probably going to be the July 21st and 22nd, but it might be a little sooner. Hopefully a little sooner. My godson's getting married, and I would like to go to his wedding on the 6th of August, but if it's not done the next couple weeks, I won't be able to. So
Well, hopefully it gets done.
yeah, I'll definitely be going live before then, especially when I know the definite date. But right now, it looks like July 21st, and so I think that's all on that right now. But as we all know, about a month or so ago, a certain member of our immediate detecting community—I'm going to put it that way because there's tons of detectors, there's tons of channels. Hey, Jesse, but we have
Jesse.
our immediate, our little community, our immediate community, people that we see on the regular, people we've gotten to know and gotten very close with. Well, one of them, as we all know, Madison, Maine, Richie, wrote another book, and unfortunately, I didn't bring up a picture of it, but he wrote another book, and it looks really awesome. And I'm excited. And as soon as he said it's published today, I was like, the next time I stream. So I think it was published a day or two before the last time I streamed, and I didn't have time to set up for it and let you know. So now here we are a couple weeks later, and we are going to be giving away one of Richie's books, and that's If You Want It, and his newest book. Christmas time, we'll be doing another one. You can pick which of his books you want, but right now, tonight, you're getting The Haunted Cathouse. That's what you're getting. So we're going to bring him up and talk about his book a little bit, get you all excited. But in the meantime, you can put hashtag book. That's what we're doing tonight. Let me bring up the hashtag real quick just so you can see it. And then,
Or hashtag book.
yeah, if I can remember how to
Hashtag.
present something.
Andrew.
Share screen.
Why she digs it. Hello.
Hey, Alabama. Why she digs Alabama. I have to give her blue. Oh, Andrew's here. I heard you say Andrew, and I wasn't listening. So there's the hashtag. Okay, so throughout the night, put that hashtag up, and at some point, we will be giving away Richie's book to one of you lucky folks. So let's bring Richie up. He doesn't like and be in the, what do you call that? The punishment room?
The punishment room.
The punishment room. Oh,
I think I called it something else. Boom. We can call it the naughty room.
Plugsy's for here. I mean, Plugsy's for here.
Plugsy?
Plugsy's here. Plugs for days.
Hey.
Plugsy's here.
Hello, everyone in chat.
Relics. Yeah.
All right, let me just do the blue on Why She Digs Alabama. All right, now we're set. So, I'll start the questions. Before, I don't think I asked you the last time, or asked you the last time. What got you into writing books?
Oh, I've always wanted to write. I've started writing projects years ago and just never finished anything. So one day I said, well, let's do a children's book. Maybe I could finish that. Maybe 1,000 words and 24 to 32 pages. Put some images up there. And so I did my first children's books. And I ended up doing 6 that first year in 2024. And so that's how I got started on books, was children's books. But this book here started out as a children's book. I just kept writing and writing. This is called Dark Witches and Mystical Misfits, and it's a funny book. It's got a lot of humor in there, and it's a superhero book about these misfit characters, like a toothless vampire, furless werewolf, a headless hairstylist. Got a mime that swears. She doesn't know any other words except curse words and stuff like that. So that ended up being my first book. And as soon as I finished that, I started on number 2. What was number 2? And Makita tried to read this one, but it was too gripping.
Yep.
This is more along the lines of like a real gripping mystery and sci-fi. There's sci-fi elements to it. And after that, I said, the story isn't done. I did the continuation of the last one. So this is the second book in the series with a Fragments of Time. This is Tentacles Across Time.
Nice.
And then I got done that, and I didn't know I have another idea for a book, but I didn't start it. I just started writing this weird fictional book, and it ended up being the Haunted Cathouse on Alder Lane. I don't know why I started writing that or how it come to me, but it just started to be, and then it took off.
Nice. It's very exciting. And you also have children's books, which I think most people know.
Yeah.
My favorite is the Sasquatch one.
Yeah. The Tentacles Across Time I published January 10th of this year. And then I just published this one on June 10th. So it only took me 6 months between publications.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty quick, because I did give out one in January too.
Yeah.
I remember you were doing some work on that cover at the time, just before you published it on that one.
Yeah.
Baby B said she would like to have that Sasquatch book. See, I told you your Sasquatch one is cute and funny.
Well, that's under a different pen name on Amazon. It's under Madison, Maine. All my children's books are under Madison, Maine. I don't know when you click on to my books, if my children's book show or if they're separated.
All right. I don't know where Mark went. Marquita disappeared.
I had to let the dog out.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was like, I hope it wasn't camera issues tonight.
Nope.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
No problem. The dog's gotta go and the dog's gotta go.
Now, the premise for the title, I mean, the haunted house on Alder Lane. That sounds. I mean, it's not very interesting. The haunted house on Alder Lane doesn't tell you anything, but
Right.
a haunted cat house on Alder Lane gets you thinking a little more. That might be an interesting book. There's this woman. She buys the old brothel, and it has a history to it, and the town really doesn't want any of the history to come out. It would rather burn the place down. They don't want her to open it up. She opens it up, and these three ghosts used to be brothel workers back in the day, but they were killed inside the building, so they haunt the place too. So they entertain the guests, and you can guess that there's usually a happy ending at the end of each. It's a haunted hotel. I mean, I didn't explain that. Now there's a haunted hotel. The former brothel workers are the ones who entertain the guests, and so that
Interesting.
And there's all kinds of quirky things that happen with all the different guests that come in. But in town, there's a serial killer. Women are disappearing, and the town is on edge. And there's a priest that really has this thing against the cat house, and he has the townspeople convinced that the evil from the cat house is behind the vanishing women around the town. So it's kind of a mystery too.
Nice. Maybe we'll get you to read a paragraph or two and before we give it away. We have a question from Jean P.
Yeah.
She wanted to know how you publish your books. If she's been wanting to publish a book, and that's why she's asking. And real quick, hi to Sam.
How long's her book? How many?
I don't know. She didn't say yet.
Is it a novel or is it a children's book or?
Knowing Gene, it's probably 2 or 3 pages long, so I don't think it's that much.
Well, see, I'm just asking because I think you got to have at least 24 pages.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Book.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. She said children's.
I just publish. It's a children's book. Yeah, it has to be 24 pages, and if you go on Amazon, they'll give you the lowdown of the specs you got to have to publish. And I just do it on Amazon. You could learn how to do it. They'll take you step by step through the process. And there's YouTube videos everywhere on it too.
So would you say it's a pretty easy process? Hey, Paparoos.
It's easy to put the book on Amazon. It's harder to get people to go to your book.
Right.
The hard part starts once you got it published. If you want people to buy your book.
Yeah, you got to kind of like, hey, Stacia.
Well, you got to
promote yourself somehow, right?
Yeah, you got to promote yourself, but you actually, if you're just starting out like me, you got to actually buy advertising to get people to your book.
Is that expensive, Rich?
But it can be. This last when I first started this book, I spent I think $210 on advertising, but so far I've sold enough to get half of that money back. Now all my books I'm underwater on. I mean, if you think you're going to start making money right away, it's probably not going to happen, especially on your first book. But now I've got a better idea what I'm doing on this fourth book, so I'm getting a little more volume on sales, and it's helping. And there's a thing called Amazon ads where they place your book in different places, trying to get people to click on it. And the way you pay for that is you pay by the click. You're competing for space on Amazon. Like when you type in somebody's book, you see other books there,
right?
Advertised. Well, those books got there because they competed with other books to be placed in front of you. You got to outbid them, but you don't end up paying anything unless somebody clicks on your book. Now, if they
so I
click
did
on
share
it,
the
don't
link.
buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did share the link in the chat. It shows up on Nightbot. Don't click on it unless you're gonna buy it.
No, that won't bother. That's a shared link.
I mean looking at it, but don't don't go into further detail on it.
Yeah.
You can look at it when you hit the link. But,
It's only when Amazon places that ad somewhere in front of you and you click on it that I have to pay money.
Well, then do click that link that I shared and go buy the book if you don't win it. Sam said Mama Ray has spoken. Let's see. Somebody else had a question. I think I have it up there. Once the book is written, how long does it take start to finish to get it on the market?
Once the book is written and edited and you get your final version, you could actually just put it on there and turn it on, but it's not advised. Usually they like a couple weeks. You could schedule it, then they'll shut you down like I don't know, six days before it goes live. You won't be able to make any changes. Amazon's getting everything ready on their side for your book launch. But if you just want to make it available right now, you can hit launch now and it'll go live.
Gene P also asked, what do you think about your last book that is helping sales?
Well, here's another inside thing that you learn. The cover has a lot to do with your sales. It actually has more to do with anything. Now, this is the old cover I'm showing you here. And I've upgraded to a newer cover, which I don't know if you could show the picture of your thumbnail.
Or
a picture of my...
I have it on my phone, so we'll just do it that way. Because I didn't set it up on my computer. I set it up on my phone. So it's actually on my phone.
Now this one looked kind of too cartoonish for one. And at the last minute, I made a changed the book cover.
This is
you notice there's one light on in the house with a silhouette standing in the window.
Yeah.
That's put there on purpose because I looked at a lot of the books in this genre, and that was one thing that a lot of them had. So that was like a thing that became popular, and people would flock to it just seeing that. I mean, it's just something you see on a lot of book covers. And it's draw people's attention when they put it in front of you and you see that silhouette. I mean, you've seen it before. It kind of draws you to it.
Yeah, it definitely creates more interest in one window rather than three.
Yeah. Like on this book cover, I fixed this. It's a lot lighter now, but it was dark. But this really doesn't pertain to anything. It's just a clock with tentacles coming out around it. So there's nothing there to trigger anything.
Did you have a question, Marquita?
Where are you getting your ideas from, Rich, to make your books?
Boy, I don't know. I got some of them come out of a dream. Like Fragments of Time was a dream I had one night. And the book is a lot more than the dream ever was, as far as what happens and all that. But this last one was just an idea I had one day. I sit down and started writing. My next project's already started.
Hey, Brian. Already?
Hey, y'all. We got a couple more questions. Gene P.S. Do you use AI to make your cover? And
Yes, I
Sam
do.
Thompson also asked if so you design your own book cover?
Well, yeah, I tell it the input, and I tell it when it when I don't like what it's given me.
Mm, which is a lot. I use
I I told it to make that one window with a silhouette in it in the house and stuff like that. It's all trial and error.
Yeah, it's AI isn't just like you say, make me a black cat sitting on the windowsill with the moon, and you're gonna get the exact image. Sometimes you have to say, no, I want the black cat facing away from me. I want the moon bigger. I want a branch coming through the. You got to be specific with AI because it's learning still. So that's how we all can tell the AI photos we see online. Because
I paid for a cover for which book was it?
Wasn't that your first one, Fragments of Time?
First one was Dark Witches and Mystical Misfits.
Oh, that's what I meant.
I paid for a cover, and I shipped it back. It was awful, and that they sent it back, and it was worse. And we went back and forth 3 times before I just said screw it and went with my cover. I think it was this one here, Fragments of Time.
Yeah, I thought because I remember you saying something about that.
Yeah.
We got CDG Detecting in here tonight. He said hello.
So if you're against AI for making a book cover, if you hire somebody, they're probably using some form of it anyway.
Yes. Bomb Pop said today's topic, books.
To edit my book, I use AI to edit my book because I could send a chapter out and I get feedback within seconds. If I had to send that to somebody, I'd send it out and get it back weeks later.
Yeah, AI is a useful tool when used properly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use it as the sole form of productivity. Bomb Pop says, I'm reading Jules Verne. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Good book. Gene P says, I'm not against AI for that kind of thing. I'm against it for other things, though. Yeah, when you're not using it for nefarious reasons, it's a great tool.
Yeah.
Mr. Tully, I use AI to help design my thumbnails. I basically write the YouTube description and give it to ChatGPT, and then it fixes it up. And, I still have to rearrange things because when I say, to AI, we're a bunch of people who metal detect and things like that. I will say, live from the field while metal detecting. So, it's a good tool to use, but I wouldn't use it solely. I would still use your own creativity.
There's a lot of backlash in the book community because one day I was just looking at what's out there for competition. This was even before I launched this one, and I come across this one author. He had several series of books, and they were selling good. They didn't have hardly any. They were like 79 words, 79 pages. They were short books, but he was selling a ton of them. So I opened it up and I looked, and right away, the whole thing was written by AI. I could. It was dripping with AI right from the first chapter on. You could tell it wasn't written by anybody.
I've seen a couple of books that I was like, I think AI wrote that.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Richie Madman, on his book. I am thinking that one day I might write a book about his own history of metal detecting. CDJ says, I only use Google AI to give me an idea of what I found metal detecting. Yeah, I use Google Lens. Gene B says, AI was used by ADT to fix the fault in their system 5 times and still not fixed. Sending a human next week. Yeah, like I said, that AI is not always good, but it is a useful tool when used properly.
Now, I told you I use AI to edit my book, and I get into arguments with ChatGPT. I mean, we have it in and out. We have a love-hate relationship. They'll say, well, you can't write it that character isn't like that. I said, well, yeah, but I'm writing a book and this character is going to do this. Or they'll say, well, you can't bring that up this early in the book. You haven't mentioned it, done any foreshadowing ahead of time. I'll go back to chapter 1. I did this for one thing. I can't remember what it was. I went back to chapter 1 and pointed out where I mentioned it in the first chapter of the book. Then AI always comes back and tells, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because it's always learning.
It always compliments you and stuff in the end.
Mark the Senile said he would never use AI. Andrew said earlier he's glad we were streaming tonight. He's missed everybody. We missed you too, Andrew. I miss streaming.
Makita, you've been working on a book. Do you use AI to help you?
Help proofread, yes. Yep. Yeah, that's all. I tried using it for ideas, but like you, Rich, it was giving me these far out ideas that I did not want to go down that road.
Yeah,
so
that's why I said
you had to tweak it,
tool.
Make it go where you want
it to. Yeah, it's a tool. You utilize the tool. You don't. You can tell when people use AI for everything, like they lacking the imagination or whatever. I think it's a tool to help get your ideas out there, help construct things, and you got to, like when I use, I'm going to use a different program soon, but when I use ChatGPT and I like the thumbnail and I'm like, okay, well, you need to make the font bigger because it's going to be on a phone. Most people see the thumbnails on their phone. So it's a little 1x2 screen. Picture that they see of the thumbnail, so it's got to pop. Your thumbnail's got to pop, and so the font's too small, too dark, whatever. And so ChatGPT will change the font, and then upload a photo, and it's a totally different thing than what I agreed upon. It's like, what did you change all that for? So you have to specifically tell AI, leave everything exactly the way it is, and change the font.
Have you ever had it not do what you asked, no matter what?
Yes, a few times.
Yeah.
Because it can't understand because you have the vision in your mind, AI doesn't. So you got to get really creative in how you're telling AI, ChatGPT, or whatever AI, app you're using. You have to describe it in a way that AI actually understands it.
Well, I tell you, AI helps me stay in my lane on a lot of things when I'm writing a book, because the plots, if my pacing gets too fast or too slow, or I do something that's out of norm for a particular character, like they would never say that or never do that, it tells me. Then I can argue with it whether I want it that way or not, but I always win in the end because sometimes I just tell it, this is the way it is, so get over it.
Why She Digs says, I'm not going to knock it to help me learn how to edit videos. Hey, Tom Kingery. And GP says, not every tool is the appropriate tool for the task. Not a big fan of AI for many reasons. Creativity purposes is fine. Replacing humans, totally against it. I agree. Totally against having AI do your job for you, because AI is not, it hasn't learned enough to be that competent, basically. So AI functioning as a human replacement in regards to what you have with ADT, they're only doing what they were programmed, what they were told to do. So if the human is failing, so is AI. Creativity, yes, I'm 100% for using AI to help with your creativity. Some people don't have a degree in graphic designs, and so you can lean heavily on ChatGPT to make your images, or another or Google.
Or you can, if you can work Canva, you can do a lot over there too.
Yeah, I have. I mean, that poster I made for Gypsy a while back, where it looked like she was like kind of like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
I kind of made it look like a movie poster. 95% of that was me on Canva. I did use, because ChatGPT wasn't going to do what I wanted. So I actually used the background from ChatGPT. I told it what I wanted. Then it gave me the instructions, or not the instructions, but what I should do to do the things I wanted done on Canva. And then learning while doing that, I was able to do other things as well to get what I wanted. And I did that. Liz, the one I did for Liz was probably 60% me and 40% AI.
Yeah. Now, the process of writing a book, I mean, you just don't write the whole thing and then send it to an editor. I mean, as you're writing, I mean, first you kind of write it like a rough draft. Then you got to go back and add details, and then the story changes as you're writing. Well, mine does anyway. My story isn't set from point A to point. A lot of times I'm halfway or 3/4 through a book and I got no idea how it's going to end.
Those are the best. Those books tend to be the best ones.
And if you want to, the ending that will most blow your mind is the one in this book. I mean, when we get to the end of this book, Tentacles Across Time, I did a lot of stuff towards the end.
Oh, yeah.
The premise in this book is, I'll give some of it away. There's this music box in the woman's dreams. When she goes to this bar, and the man in the trench coat is the bad guy of the book. And there's a jukebox there, but it takes special tokens, and if she plays the right song, she can change what has happened and bring her husband back from the dead. But the world will change. You don't know which song. She's trying to figure out which song to pick in the new music box, and she's got the token that, and the bad guys are after her for that because they're trying to chase down the token. But when she gets there, she finds a way to sneak around and get the bartender. She stuffs the toilet full of stuff and then flushes it and has it go all over the floor in the bathroom, then comes and gets the bartender. So the bartender goes and cleans that up. While she's doing that, she goes and puts the token into the jukebox. Except it doesn't work for some reason. And come to find out, the man in the trench coat was waiting for somebody to come put that token in so he could have it back. It was a setup the whole time. And it played Johnny Cash music. And that was kind of the premise of it. But she actually got the right token. There was 2 tokens, and one of them had a different purpose. So when she figured out that she had the other token, she got another shot at it. And the whole thing was, if she picked the wrong song, the world would be completely different. You know, everything she knew could be wiped out, or anybody, the world could be without her or without people she loved. So when I got to the end of this book, I made it so it blew your mind as to the world, how it ended up being.
Sounds pretty interesting. Gene P said deep. Well, for a lot of people have come in since we started, so I'm just going to throw this up here real quick again. I will be giving away Richie's new book about the cat house.
Haunted Cathouse on Alder Lane.
The Haunted Cathouse on Alder Lane. So make sure you put #book in the chat so that you can get one. If you don't put it in there, you ain't getting it. I'm just saying.
Now there's different chapters in here on what's called, I call them Town Talk. It's what's going on at the local diner, the gossip and the rumors. So what the townspeople are thinking and saying. So there's like eight of the chapters in here is a cut to that. It ends up being a rescue operation by some of the people from the diner. So
DDJ said, so many possibilities for an ending. Neat. No problem, Stacia. That's what I do. You guys write a book. I'm giving it away to the community, and at Christmas time, it's just another book added to the ones you get to choose from at Christmas time.
Like in one of my books, somebody goes to the future several years. You got to imagine, what's the future going to be like many years from now? And they woke up and they went to grab their cell phone, but it was a strange device that had replaced their cell phone. And somehow they knew that they could unlock it with their thoughts and this kind of stuff. And in this new world, she asked the questions like, what's the date? What's the date and year and date time? Said, well, no, we're not allowed to do that according to the law of the ruling body. And it ends up being that they're not allowed to do a lot of things. The world is changed. It's so much different.
We had some more people come in. Yeah, David Alfonsetti, Patty. So before we give away the book, did you want to read a little bit of it, like a few paragraphs?
Let me see if I can find something that I don't have to explain it before I think I got a spot right here.
Kind of like when you do the book signing, sometimes they have you read a little.
Snap. Okay, these are two cops that have come in the cat house.
Okay.
And some of these characters, the woman characters are the ghosts, and Lila is the owner. She's the human. Now, Tom and Eli are the two cops. When Eleanor appeared, she stood directly behind Tom, so close that they could feel the cold from her presence. I should have put my glasses on. Tom sniffed the hair on her. Yeah, I got to put my glasses on. Hold on.
Take your time.
Yeah, that's better. She stood directly behind Tom, so close he could feel the cold of her presence. Tom stiffened, the hair on his arms rising as he slowly turned. Eleanor regarded him with tremendous interest, then reached out and adjusted his collar. Her fingers pressed firmly into the fabric. I always adored a man in uniform. I bet you drink your coffee black and pretend you enjoy it, she said curiously. Tom swallowed hard. Excuse me? Eli stared. Sergeant, can you see and hear them too? See who? Tom nodded. You know, the entities. Ruby's another one. Ruby slid off the banister and circled Eli. As she passed behind him, her hand brushed his shoulder. It was not accidental or subtle. Eli sucked a breath in, shoulders tensing and his eyes wide as Ruby's fingers lingered. Gentlemen, Ruby said, you look tense. Averting Ruby's eyes, Eli suddenly became very interested in the floor. Ruby massaged Eli's shoulder. Do I make you nervous? Eli pulled away. Ma'am, are you staff? Of a sort, Ruby replied, her fingers resting briefly on his chest. Do you plan to arrest us? Tom straightened himself. If laws are broken, we'll do our jobs. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and they say, and what jail can hold spirits? Asked Lila. The lights dimmed further. The edge of the room softened. Eleanor's hand glided up to Tom's shoulder, her fingers pressing with confidence before lifting away. He exhaled sharply, as if surfacing for air. Tom cleared his throat, glaring uneasily at Eleanor, his composure slipping. "This is highly irregular," he said. "So is heartbreak," Eleanor replied, "yet I see plenty of it." Eli's pen slipped from his fingers and hit the floor. June and Eli knelt to the floor simultaneously to recover it, and their heads accidentally bumped softly, their gaze locked together. "You look like you haven't slept properly in weeks," she said, adjusting his collar again. "You're carrying something heavy." His shoulders sagged. "My wife took the dog." Ruby squeezed his hand. "That's not right. Maybe we can talk about it privately." Officer Tom asked, "Can we look around the house?" The record player changed to a slower and more inviting song. Eleanor's hand grabbed Tom's. "Come upstairs. I'll show you around." Before he realized what had happened, Tom found himself stretched out on a bed beside Eleanor, the mattress warm beneath him. In another room, Eli lay between Ruby and June, the air heavy with perfume and low laughter. The spirit's touch was unhurried and deliberate. And they end up talking through his problems, both of them, making him feel good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's why
That's what the spirits do. That's what the spirits do with the guests. They talk through their problems with them, kind of have a little therapy session.
I like it so far.
Yeah.
Sam S says it's a children's book and started laughing.
Yeah.
No, this one's written by Richie Kemp. So
it really doesn't go much further than that in detail. It's not explicit or erotic or anything like that.
Right. But it's good. I like it so far.
Yeah.
So I guess now that we've read a little bit of it, unless you guys have some more questions, maybe we'll get around to giving away that book. I'll give you a minute if you have a question or two to ask Richie about the book.
I know I'm not the best.
Any of your the brothel workers, do they have ages or anything? Or it's just assumed they're older?
Well, when they're described in the beginning, they're described as like somebody who'd be in their 20s or 30s. They're not given an age per se, but they're not described as somebody who was in their 50s and 60s. Eleanor is described as the elder of the group, and she's kind of like the mother hen, but she's not that much older than the other two.
Have they been dead a long time?
Yes. Like 120 years since they shut down the cat house. And this woman buys the cat house and opens it up as a paranormal hotel experience thing. I think people do that nowadays. They want to stay in a house that's haunted.
Right.
And so she sets it up with these ghosts to give them an experience. And then later on, after they're done, they actually do. The house is actually haunted itself. The house itself is a ghost, and it gives them their paranormal experience later on in the evening.
Why She Digs said, "I should have tried my luck at brothel work when I was young and hot." Patty Dirtclog just came in, and Sam the Metal Detector said, "Richie, when you read your book, do you think about when you were writing it, made a change at a point, etc.?"
I don't get the question.
I think he's asking when you read your book, you think about when you were writing it, and would you like you made a change at this point to something, like I remember at this point I changed it from.
The first book, Dark Witches and Mystical Misfits. Not too long ago, I downloaded the Audible version. All my books are on Audible. Well, they're on Amazon. You can get the Audible version of them. And I was listening to it, and I've read my own book so many times that I know what lines are coming up and what words are here and there. And one would be missing. I said, oh, yeah, that's right. I edited that out on Final Edit. So I know all the lines to the books just by reading them so many times. That's why it's hard for me to read them, because when I'm reading, I skip ahead because I think I know what the next word's going to be, and it might have been something that I changed along the way. Editing is, I got so many hours in editing. It's painstaking.
I think that's usually the hardest part.
Yeah. You want everything spelled right and the punctuation and all that, but you got to look for your sentence fragments and the flow of the story. Like I've read like a whole chapter, and I've deleted it before because I didn't like the flow of what I had written. So sometimes I've lost chapters too. Be careful and save your work to different places if you do end up writing something. Like I lost the hard drive to my PC, but my manuscript wasn't on there anyway. It was on 3 different places online on the cloud. It's on Microsoft Word. It was on a program I use, Atticus. You got to format your book too. Atticus does formatting, and it was on another place too.
They're talking in the chat. There's Sam Thompson, and the metal detectorist is Sam. So when people are saying hi, says Sam Thompson said it gets confusing with 2 of us Sams on here. Richie doesn't have that problem. He's usually the only Richie.
Yeah, I hardly ever find another Richie anywhere.
Yeah, GDP, I made us all equal size so you didn't get the background. What's in the bubble behind Marquita?
Try fast, take chances.
There you go. Metal detectors. 2 Sams are better than 1. So we're gonna put this back up there because it's almost 20 after. So I figure we'll do the book giveaway at 20 after. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
I can read the book description on Amazon. That's actually probably better than me reading the part out of the book.
Yeah, that'd be good.
An angry mob gathers outside. There's a dead body in the basement, and a serial killer claims another victim. Just another day in the life of Lila Morgan after opening a hotel inside a haunted brothel, hoping to draw guests seeking paranormal experience. What she got was a temperamental haunted house that reveals your darkest secrets, 3 quirky ghosts who love to entertain, and a town determined to keep the dark history of the cat house buried in the past. Another young woman vanishes, and the town of Patterson Junction is on edge. This time, suspicion lands at Lila's feet, no thanks to a local priest. With a serial killer walking the streets in the town fighting against her, Lila must uncover the truth before she loses everything.
Nice. Yeah, it's 8:20. Hope you all got your hashtag book in. Let me see. I was looking over here. Bring it up for me. Oh, yeah, there's 17 entries, 21 people watching. JVP said, who's been detecting lately? I haven't been detecting about 3 months. It's been almost 2 years for me. So I think everybody's gotten in. When you did your hashtag book, I don't think it matters, but if you didn't do all caps, I would go re-enter it one time with all caps. You didn't do it that way, but I don't think it usually matters. So I'll give you all a minute to do that if you just did, all lowercase. To do it again, all All capitals. CJG said last stop detecting 2 days ago. Been raining. Yeah, there's 2 Patties and 2 Sams in the chat. Gene P said been hot a minute for me too. Well, that's not changing, so I guess that's everybody. It's few people, I guess, who don't want the book or don't want to win it. So I'll go ahead and draw it. Maybe they want to purchase it themselves. If you don't win it, you can buy it for yourself. You don't use the link in the chat, which after a while, when you go back to the live stream, the chat's actually available to see. You can look at the chat. I don't make any of this unavailable. You can see the Nightbot shared the link to his book, or you can catch it when it's in the stream.
You can also buy the digital copy if you prefer to read it on a computer. You can read it on your phone or on any device.
Yeah, or on Amazon Kindle, tablet, any tablet.
And it's part of Kindle Unlimited too. So if you have that subscription, you can read the book. It won't cost you anything more.
There you go.
I've actually done well on that. I get a breakdown of where my sales come from, and a lot of it is just I get so much per page.
Right.
And every author across Amazon pool their money, and whatever percentage of that is read from your books, you get that royalty.
Nice. So no matter how you want to do it, you can do the digital copy, which that's technically what that is, or you can do a actual in your hand paperback copy. I like the physical books, but everybody to each their own, right? Gene B says she's into Audible books. It is an Audible book. Is this one Audible yet?
Yes. I was just going to say a lot of people like Audibles now.
Yeah, I do on trips. All right, so we're going to go ahead and draw it because the number isn't going up any higher. So that's everybody that wants one.
Good luck, all.
Well, Dave Hart Acousticize just come in. Hashtag book real quick, Dave, if you want Richie's book. I'll wait for you to do it, and then we're going to draw. Yeah, JBP said, I like the books you can handle. So what I'm giving away, Dave Hart, is one of Madison Maine's newest books.
Cat House on Alder Lane.
Sorry, GERD moment there. Sorry about that. I hate that when the GERD makes an itch in your throat. Oh, it always seems to be right when we're ready to end the stream too, isn't it, Marquita?
Oh yeah.
All right, so we got 18 of them. It's Dave's in. So we're going to go ahead and draw. So you want to count down, Richie?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom. Good luck, everybody. Boom. Let's see who's going to win the book.
Bill.
Bill won the book. Congratulations, Bill. What am I? I don't know if I ever emailed Bill or if he ever emailed me. So there's my email down at the bottom, Bill. Let me do it this way again. Why is it not doing it?
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. Redraw.
I was going to say, that's why I was going back to the chat. See, they were saying that.
Bill said, thank you. Hey guys, if you didn't win it, you can read it for free on Kindle, the digital version. You can get the Audible book. The link is being shared by Nightbot in the stream. Or you can buy a paperback copy. It's cheap enough. through Amazon. Even Bill said rigged. But also, don't forget at Christmas time, I give away books. Dave Hart said, "What is the new book called?" I could share a photo of it.
The Haunted Cathouse
Plug
on
your
Alder
book
Lane.
again?
That's the book there, Dave.
Hey, Rich, Sam wants to know, is there any way to get an autograph book from you?
There is. I don't have any yet. I'm still waiting. It takes a long time for the authors to get them in our hands. If you order a book today, you might have it within a couple days. It takes me weeks. My first orders, I ordered when we launched, but I still haven't gotten it yet. Yes, there is. If you want to, I could put my email up if people want to. I mean, I gotta pay for the extra shipping and everything.
Jean P said she can't see it, so I'm gonna do one of the first ones, the first versions I did. All right. So you can see the cover, Dave and Jean P. That's what the cover looks like. Well, like Richie was saying, you'll get it quicker than he would if you get one off of Amazon. You could always order the book when it gets there. You can send it to Richie.
I dropped my email down there, and if you want one from me, just get a hold of me, and we'll figure out a price and all that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you can order it on Amazon and then ship it to Richie, and he'll ship it back. I don't remember what it was that we had. I sent you something. You sent me something back. Do you remember that? It was years ago.
I don't remember.
But I remember you sent me back your Trash Can Kitty shirt.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it was something I sent to you, and then you were sending it back. And I don't remember what it was, but you sent the shirt with it. It was so long ago. It was like very long time ago. But yeah, guys, do check out Richie's book. Like I said, in Nightbot, it's the link is there in the chat. You can go to Amazon and just, put in the search bar Richie Kemp, Richie with a T, Richie Kemp. And his books will come up, and it seemed that when I did it, the first book to come up was his most recent one. And you can order the book for yourself, whether you do it, Kindle or whatever.
I think if you just type in Cathouse under books, it will come to it, because I don't think there's any other Cathouse books out there.
No, we could give it a try. Let's try that before we.
Let's try that.
Yeah, let me stop this one. Let's see how that goes. Bring it up real quick, and then I'll share the screen. Amazon. Okay.
Cathouse, one word.
Yeah, I gotta. All right, so we're on Amazon. You can see it under books. Where is books? What other category would books be? So they don't have books. At the Blinds, so baby. Oh, there it is. Books and Cathouse.
Yeah, on this one, just don't click on the link.
Rachel. No, I'm not going to click on it. Yeah, there it is.
Because that's how you do a search, and then if you click on that, I end up paying whether you buy it or not.
All right, yeah. Now don't do that.
Yeah.
Instead, that does come up though.
if you want to buy it, click. If you're going to buy it, you can click on it. But
yeah, if you don't want him to be charged, just in the regular search Richie Kemp, and his book come up. Now do you get charged if I hit on that?
What is that? Yeah,
That's under Richie Kemp.
No, probably not. Go ahead and do it.
Well, you can go to Richie Kemp itself, and there you go.
Yeah, this is my author page.
Yeah,
you don't. I don't pay anything for people to click on that.
So if you look for Richie Kemp, and his book comes up, this one here, like we just saw on the first page, just hit his name underneath. You go to the author's page and follow, but I'd have to sign in, so I'm not signed in here. I already follow under my Amazon account. And then there's his books.
And I still can't believe I got 4 novels written.
I know, right? It's pretty cool. And I will try to stream next week. I can't promise, but I'm pretty sure the surgery dates will be July 21st and 22nd. But if they're sooner, I will let you guys know. Sam said it's the second one down when you do that. Angie said I'd be afraid to type in cat house. Wonder what would come up. What you just saw on Amazon when you type it in. But it's probably better to just type in Richie Kemp and then go to the author's page, and then you can see all 4 of his books, and he won't have to pay for to click on that, and then you can click on it and buy it if you choose to. Or you can wait till December and see if you win one. But I prefer it if you buy one. And I already know Bill will give a review. So
that's an interesting question. I mean, if you type cat house in Amazon, does cat house type things show up elsewhere in your advertising?
Let's see, because I did that under books. So
no, I'm talking if you're like on Facebook or somewhere else, do the ads kind of lean?
Oh, I'm not signed into. Well, I'm signed into Google though, so it probably will show up on my Facebook. So
it all works together. They're showing up on TV now.
Yeah, don't even think of something because you'll be surprised at the ads you see just thinking something.
Yeah.
JBP said, well, Campfire's getting a little time to get back in the campground.
JP.
Thanks for joining us, JBP. Then we're going to be signing out too. I appreciate all of you coming in and hanging out with Marquita and Richie and myself. And I do hope you check out his books by going to the author page and then look at it. I do hope, if you do choose to buy one, whether it's the digital copy, Audible, or a paperback version, to please go and give a review. That's how we help independent authors like Richie. Reviews count. And
actually, the way they help is my Amazon ads work a lot better once you get to 15 reviews. As long as you got a 3-star rating or higher, it works more efficiently.
So remember that when you get a book to review it. Okay, so and you'll see us on live streams all throughout the week. Marquito, Lucinda tomorrow. Richie hangs out on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, Friday nights.
Friday nights, and then there's the Saturday premieres with the what is that? Up North Diggers.
Up North Saturday Night Digs.
Up North Saturday Night Digs. Make sure you're checking those out.
I don't know why we made it so complicated, but we did.
Well, what was it originally? It was just Maine, though. That you did the Up North because I think what was it? When, Mason Jim. Merck and Frank joined.
Yeah, Jim and Mason.
Yeah. Mason Merck and I thought somebody else joined too that was like up in Canada or something.
Oh, Mikey. Eventually we added Mikey on the end.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I know the heat waves are coming, people. So if you're out there digging in the heat, please take it easy. Drink lots of water. Make sure you take electrolytes, drink pickle juice, whatever you got to do. Not just water alone. And we'll see you probably next week and see you around in everybody's streams. Tuesday night, Friday night, Saturday night. That's Richie. And Thursday night, Marquita. And I'll see you on the chats. So remember, be kind to each other. You never know what somebody's going through, and the smile can make it someone's day. So always be smiling. Anything else you guys want to say?
Be true to yourself.
Thanks for showing up and having a look.
All right. Good night, everybody. Peace.